My, oh my, Ajayi. I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, Jay Ajayi. Fresh off 100 yards.
I need some cons. I need some cons, Erica. You need to let me know what's going on. I can't see you.
I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. So the folks here, they are bundled up, but they're ready for football as you get a look at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game. So they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
In the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Thanks, Gabe. I don't know. Place your bets in Vegas.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Mike, here we go, here we go. Wait, Amy! Watch the screen, watch the screen.
They run with a former Eagle and Dolphin, Jay Ajayi. He'll have a first down past the 40.
Illegal blocking the offense.
Oh, shit. On a big run, too.
Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. And here now, the Baltimore offense.
And the Baltimore Ravens pride themselves on being physical on offense. One reason why? Perennial Pro Bowl guard Marshall Yanda, who played his first 16-game season since 2015 and 2018. And when he's right, the Baltimore offense rolls.
Here we go.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
Two. Switch. X3. 218. Chop.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
There are the numbers last week for Jay Ajayi. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Oh, shit.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tack McKinley. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. And that could be a major momentum swing here early.
Because the defense stopped them. How great is that? They go for it on the first drive of the game. They're the ones trying to establish something, trying to assert a little dominance. And guess what? You turn it back on them and give the ball to your own offense. I agree with you. It could change momentum in a big way.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line because...
And how about this, a fake?
Fake, bro.
And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Ravens are going to get the football back.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. Getting it to them in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that?
That's great. And what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo.
Oh, right to him, eh?
Rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Foley. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
After the interception, here's Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Now this throw caught left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We're scoreless after one. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Goff. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Lorenzo Carter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. This one complete to Jordan Reed. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Goff now looking to throw. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
I'm impressed.
And I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. Correct?
How
about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now, to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run.
Cheese.
And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So after the run by Jay Ajayi, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. He finds Ajayi. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Collins. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Play action. Garoppolo. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete.
Yeah, big baby.
Way in for a Ravens touchdown. O.J. Howard with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jermaine Kearse, his fourth touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase it.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
Get your ass up, Howard.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
This is Ajayi. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Ajayi. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping.
And he fumbled it. It's
no way. Pick it up. Pick it up, Nancy.
Fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision, because they do have the final call now.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Like 20.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. There defensively was Matthias Farley to knock it away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Here's Ajayi.
Come on,
No
dude.
chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Now I've got nothing to lose.
And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And this Browns defense stands tall.
Brandon, let's file this play.
Let's
note this play because, to me, it's not out of the question that the decision to pass up the 3 there could come back to haunt them later on.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now a first down throw. Gone. That's caught. It's Coleman.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously, he is well short of the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And likely time for one final play here from that game going on in the Meadowlands. The Jets out to the early lead. Matt Ryan with 2 first-half touchdown passes. It's a run by Coleman to start the 3rd quarter. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
On 2nd and 12, Goff. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Goff. Jordan Reed has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Again, Goff. And he finds Howard complete. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the draw play, Coleman. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 25 on second down, Goff. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now Goff. Open man is Michael Thomas.
He was a draft guy.
Let's go.
All over him.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Check, watch before. I know he ain't got it.
On second down and 4, Goff. That's caught by Hollister. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jacob Hollister, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all scored at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Yeah. Sherman's out there, though. He's going to blow my ass up.
Now they'll try the jet sweep here. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Well, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Here we go. Back 80!
They run with Ajayi. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
You run him right behind your star lineman.
A give the first man through Gillespie of the fullback. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
Dogs.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Yeah, that didn't work.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, Big Daddy Howard. Go get yourself another one.
On play action, now Garoppolo. And it's complete. What a catch at the 7.
He's a beast.
70th catch for him on the year.
He's a
like
rookie.
so many others, this goes for a first down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch.
Now
Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Jake Butt, his second touchdown on the season. As they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with an extra point. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time.
That's right, Tasty Boy. That was for you.
Fall back, throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Boswell for the extra point.
Rick Ross. Oh, sugar. I knew it.
And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Oh, jeez. It's a setup.
Jay.
Ah!
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, where were we?
The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They begin the drive with Coleman.
Son of a bitch!
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that.
I saw that game.
Balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Now it's gone, and Thomas has it.
Oh my God, he's running through everyone.
Get this inside the 30. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Holy shit.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They will run again with Coleman. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Nice.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, You have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Partner, you remember back in the first half when you talked about them passing up on the 3 when they went for it on 4th down?
Yeah, it changes your options, doesn't it? Because if they took the 3 there, we got a tie ball game on our hands, and maybe they're thinking on this drive absolutely changes.
Yeah, you talked about filing that play away for later. Now we resurface it. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. There's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Now a handoff looking right.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defense.
Leave my teams alone.
Just one blocker across from you.
You're so critical of them. They're trying their best.
Before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
It's messy.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Pierre Desir in on the snap.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Back to throw.
Oh, Jimmy, cocksucker.
He's taken down. What a huge play at this point.
I even hit the throwaway, man. Fuck you, Jimmy. Alright, that's definitely not.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? From midfield, here's Garoppolo.
Dude, you don't catch it. You don't catch it.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside.
J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, my dude.
Their timeouts as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Garoppolo, 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. They'll try to run with a J. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Folded like a lawn chair.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
All right.
They run again with Ajayi. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Check right 54. Right 54. Silver. 21. 36.
They'll try to run this one in. It's across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. How many people people watching this one right here who gave up because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left.
Fuck you, Browns. I hope I ruin your playoff chances.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
These players, the computer has feelings, Erica. There's this thing called morale.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Your computer generated.
This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw.
All right, I don't like this.
Nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end
got
zone in
bad
a
luck.
cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play
had a
because
lot
he
of bad
goes
luck.
unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse. And now it's second down. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
I know they're going to catch it this time off of some bounce.
Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Some crazy bounce. Here we go.
He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete.
Good job, boys.
So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end.
Wait till I get some weapons.
They couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right.